Hey Nuke Nights! This Nuke at Night is going to be kind of short, kind of abrupt, because I'm mostly just using it to launch my Twitter account. Yes, I have a Twitter now. I actually have followers, even before this video. I don't know how they found me. Stalkers! I'm mostly going to use this Twitter to talk about Brood War things, StarCraft things, obviously, news and whatnot, as far as that goes, about my commentating and videos. And probably a lot of random nerdery. Actually, this background's kind of fruity now that I look at it a little bit more. Yeah, I might have to change that. But anyway, yeah, nerdy stuff, regular video game things, whatever's on my mind, basically. But yes, follow me on the tweeter. Yes, the tweeter. Or the Spacebook, whatever you prefer. The link to it will be down in the info section. Doink, doink, doink. Alright, so, I was cleaning up my apartment and coming across all this nerdy stuff that I had in storage. So I decided to pair up the nerdy stuff I found in storage with the nerdy stuff I have on display to create the Nerdy Stuff episode, jazz hands. And this isn't so much oh, look at the cool stuff I got, guys. No. This is more like, here's what's available, because I know if you're a hardcore gamer, there's a big temptation to take your obsession to the next level by buying useless, nerdy garbage like this Mega Man E-Drink mug from fangamer.net, I think? Yes, Fangamer. Fantastic. This stuff kind of runs in my family. I was home for dinner a few months ago, and my dad had on an Aperture Science shirt, and he was quoting Cave Johnson all dinner long. Yeah, for those of you who didn't know, my dad's kind of a bigger game geek than me in some respects. But okay, let's move on to the nerdy crap. I'm a big Earthbound fan. In fact, I have the game right here! Check out those eBay prices, kids. I'm gonna retire on this someday. But yep, perfect, pristine cartridge. Not only that, but I have not one, but two Mr. Saturns. Well, actually, this is not Mr. Saturn, this is Dr. Saturn, as you can tell by him being in a trash can and all. He's a highly trained professional physician. My other Mr. Saturn is on my desk at work. Both are from Japan. They even kept the box for this one just because it was so neat. Got Japanese writing on it, and the actual Japanese name of Mr. Saturn, which is Dosai-san, I think. Dosai-san? Something like that. So I mentioned I have a DS, and Hotel Dusk is my favorite game for the DS, but I'm kind of a handheld gaming aficionado, so to speak. I have just about every iteration of the Game Boy right here in the apartment, going back to the brick Game Boy, which was held together by duct tape. But I also have some systems that are more off the radar, so to speak, including this Chinese toy called the Dingu A320, I think it is. Yes, A320. Look at the Chinese writing. Came straight from China. It's about $99 when I first got it, and I mostly got this to play emulator games. And it worked pretty good for that, actually, except for these chiclet shoulder buttons. So this is actually a good investment. The thing that was not a good investment was the Wiz. You can tell with a name like Wiz, you know you're probably not going to want it. It's not that the system itself is bad, it's just, look at it, these are supposed to be buttons. That is horrible and does not work at all. So I can't recommend that you buy the Wiz. But those are two handheld systems that you might not have heard of, since they're not really official, so to speak. They're more for playing emulator games. The Wiz is more powerful than the Dingu, but both companies might have released other iterations by now, I'm not exactly sure. And what would a gaming collection be without a little bit of Chrono Trigger? Bam! This is the Mammon Machine from Chrono Trigger, a nice little resin figurine that I got also from fangamer.net, which is the same place I got this thing. But yeah, this is a nice little recreation of the Mammon Machine from Chrono Trigger. Even though they call it something else to avoid copyright, come on, we all know this is the freaking Mammon Machine. It came with a little sword that sticks into this little thing. I guess they're supposed to be the Masamune. But everyone loses a sword. I lost a sword. It's so tiny, and it isn't glued in or anything, so you'll automatically lose it if you get this figurine. But it is very, very cool. And this is one of the coolest little things that I have in my collection. The Brink of Time. This is the official Chrono Trigger arranged album. Look at that breakfast. Doesn't that make you hungry? But yeah, this came out about the same time that the game did, and it ticked people off so much because, yeah, obviously, what do you want when you think of a Chrono Trigger arranged version of the game music? You think, well, I want orchestrated music, and the creators went, screw you, we're gonna do a jazz album. For no good reason, they did an acid jazz album. Still can't really figure out why they did it, but it's pretty damn sweet. And look at this packaging. Freak, what does this have to do with Chrono Trigger at all? I guess there was that egg in the game, but I don't think there was a rooster in it. It's very, very bizarre. But yeah, as I said, it ticked people off at the time. Not only because it's a jazz version of the music, but everyone's like, well, at least you're going to include our favorite songs, right? Like Frog's theme or the 600 AD theme. You're going to include those? And the creators went, screw you, we're going to do whatever the hell we want. So they decided to go with some less popular songs from the Chrono Trigger soundtrack, but it ended up working out great because some of the least popular songs are the ones you don't typically think of when you think Chrono Trigger. Actually, some of the best performed on the album, like Secret of the Forest and Warlock Battle, which is the battle with Magus. Those are both done extraordinarily well inside of the acid jazz template. So I don't know if I'd say go out and buy this album, because it's actually pretty expensive if you order it online, for a CD anyway. Yeah, you could probably just find MP3s out there somewhere, something like that. But yeah, definitely check this out. The Brink of Time, Chrono Trigger Jazz. Doesn't get much better. And now, the piece de resistance. Let's end this video with some shame, shall we? The Virtual Boy. Da, 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 da. The Virtual Boy sucks, and no one should ever buy one, because it has red graphics that gives you headaches. It's flimsy and made from cheap parts that break instantly. It has very few good games. It's frustrating and annoying to play some of them, like Telero Boxer. So it's just a big piece of crap. But I have one because, by God, why not? Now for the finale, let's dive into 3D.